was 110.
I'll be honest with you.
Waka.
You doing what? What were you doing?
He said waka.
And with 80, I'm only at.
You lifting weights or lifting a chick off of you? What was that? What was that?
No, both. I was sitting over there. The arms was big enough. I was holding them right here.
Wait a minute. Are we live?
We are live. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always. Let's have some fun.
Jesus.
Yeah, this guy.
He got you. He got you.
Oh yeah. He trying to get a Jessica Rabbit. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Sailor
He
Moon
trying to get a little. Nah, Sailor Moon was a child.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Never
Sailor
mind.
Moon was a child. That's
Never
why
mind. Did
when
not
you
know
watch
that.
the,
I was that deep in the knowledge
tapping
of it.
into the Japanese version one day, and I was like, I was a child as well, and I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
uncomfortable.
Moving on. Did not know that.
Yeah, Sailor Moon was a child. Watch
right.
it though. Hey, and you know what's crazy? Tuxedo Mask is not. Breeze Nation, what's good, man?
Boy,
How y'all
what a
feeling?
start.
We'll have to get into
What a start.
today's episode. Tuxedo Mask, 26 years old.
You know his age.
I know a lot about anime.
He's anime. He's an anime
He
guy.
love anime.
I do love
Anime?
anime.
Anime.
Anime?
Eat the cake.
Eat the cake, anime.
Listen, we got a lot to get into on today's episode. Drew wanted us to give him his flowers, so this is the small segment of which we will do that.
We will not.
And we're moving on. So we got to talk about
Whoa.
Was that it?
You know what I gotta
Was
give you
that it?
flowers for?
That was the flower giving right there.
Especially since we moved, been here consistent.
Oh, 100%.
You've been.
Oh, yeah. No, we
100%.
definitely giving flowers
Oh,
on that.
Drew,
give you that.
I give him his
Drew
flowers
has
for that.
definitely
Yeah,
put
for
his
sure.
credit up on
Hey,
on the board.
Ain't nobody else showing up. Drew's here.
Drew's here.
We gonna have a show.
Drew is here.
No,
That's
no,
what's
but
up,
you,
bro.
Real talk.
on Monday, I was getting absolutely killed.
He was
in the
getting
chat
killed. He was
by
getting killed.
Pat
I saw the chat.
For his
and
Jaylen Brown
JC
takes.
about what was going to take to get Jaylen Brown into Chicago. And
Again.
and 1 day later, no, 2 days later,
Is it 2 days? Yeah, 2 days later.
exactly what I said
Yeah.
the Bulls could offer them.
It's not exactly what you said.
It is too. I said,
This is why we're going to have a debate.
It
'cause
kind
is
of is.
not
By the way, we're going to break
Kinda
down the Jaylen Brown
Jesus.
conversation. Did the Bulls miss out on Jaylen Brown? We also going to look at Bryson Graham's offseason. How do we react to it after all of everything that he has done throughout his first offseason? And, of course, we got to talk about Mark Schlereth dissing Caleb Williams. And then kind of backtracking on ESPN 1000 a day. I don't know if it was a backtrack. But it definitely didn't come off as strong as it did on his podcast, which I got to take on, why he came out with that. But all that and more in today's episode. Man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Bob Chimney said, hold on. Tuxedo Mask was 26 this whole time? Yeah, Tuxedo Mask is a full-grown adult, bro. Yeah, it's.
We also have to take into account those cartoons were made at a time. No, hear me out. At a time, that age gap wasn't
Just said no.
as. Hear me out.
How young do you think Sailor Moon is?
I'm not saying it's right.
Please tell me she's not younger.
Younger.
All right, man.
How's she fighting crime younger than 16?
The Powerpuff Girls was saving Townsville every
the
day.
Powerpuff Girls were.
They were 3 years old.
They were made with sugar and spice. That's different. They're not real people.
And then Professor Utonium added a special ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born.
That's fire.
That's crazy. Listen. We got Nelly saying I'm drafting him straight out of high school.
Yeah, it was a wild era.
Come on now. Early
man.
2000s.
Hey, Drew. No, sit this one out, brother. Sit this one out, Drew.
Kelly got
Sit
married
this
to a
one out,
whole
Drew.
child. And everybody was like, yeah, make an album.
I was going to agree with
That's
you.
crazy.
Because, hey, as you were saying, we had these conversations. Biggie had some wild.
Biggie got some wild stuff, bro. Biggie got some wild ways. It's a lot of folks.
And for you all in the chat, I'm not letting y'all live this down. Y'all let R. Kelly walk around here with a child. And y'all said, make music. Just want to let y'all know that.
Listen,
Bro, he used to show up.
AJ knows what a number. He's on the album cover, looking like a creep.
He used to show up to the school and pick up freshmen.
Yeah, he was a.
What I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
He had his whole bus in front of the school.
That's all. I blame all of Chicago for that. I blame the parents of those kids more than anything, but I blame all of Chicago for that because realistically, we all knew if you have a daughter, don't go by that McDonald's.
Correct.
Or if you with your sister, don't go by that McDonald's. We all knew. We all knew.
Yes.
And we just accepted it as life and moved on. Like as a kid, I didn't know, but like
because as I was growing up, me and my mother was talking about it. I had an auntie in town. We were talking about it, and we used to live on 53rd and Prairie. It was a dude that lived downstairs. My mother told my sister, "Hey, yo, don't go
downstairs.
Don't go downstairs by that door. If he say something to you, don't say nothing.
Move on.
Go to the left." So we all knew there's individuals was around.
Yeah, no. He would have disappeared. Y'all wouldn't have seen him no more. Yeah. Hey, man, listen, let's talk about this because I think this is a very interesting conversation because if you missed Monday's episode, Drew was very adamant that he wanted the Bulls to go out and be after Jaylen Brown pretty hardcore. And he said he was willing to give up Modest Buzelis. I think you said 2 first-round picks, couple of pick swaps,
and a bag of balls.
And
I said he would give up Modest 2. I would start with Modest 2 first, and then add a second, and keep adding a couple seconds.
Yeah,
to make the trade.
And maybe you end up getting a couple of pick swaps in that situation to go after Jaylen Brown to add him to this team. Me and JC were on the side of, that's not going to be enough. There's no world where that's going to be enough. Modest don't have that kind of value. Yada yada yada. And 2 days later, dead leg Paul and a couple of firsts ends up getting traded for Jaylen Brown to the Boston Celtics in a move that I don't think anybody in their right mind can find any logic in. I get it, the analytics of it. The Boston Celtics are one of the most analytical teams in basketball. They're going to follow the analytics to a fault. And when I say to a fault, I mean to a fault. But I do think that when you watch Jaylen Brown last year, he can look at all those analytics and say the only analytic that matters is this W in the win column, and I got a lot of those on my side. So I'll say this, and I hit the chat just to give some backstory on it. I hit the chat almost immediately. I said, "Congrats, Drew, you got one right," because I tell you what, we definitely had this package to offer. Everybody in the NBA had this package to offer. There's not a team. Unless you were a championship caliber team that didn't have this package to offer. And
I got to give you an analogy, Pat.
I'm not going to say I wanted to see the Bulls do this. I don't think that I needed to see the Bulls go after Jaylen Brown. I want to see you let the young guys develop. I don't think that happens realistically if you bring Jaylen Brown in because to me, I look at those two and say, you're now building everything around Jaylen Brown. You just made this massive investment in him. But when it's not that massive of an investment, you do kind of look at things a little bit differently. So I give you credit on that.
See, I don't think they're their development, because if you look at like some of the great stars, you had Kyrie and LeBron. It was LeBron's team. Kyrie grew under LeBron. You had Steph. You had, even though you have nobody to the extent of Kyrie on the Warriors, but you had Moody, that was a young player that was able to develop.
Saying players that developed under him.
And oh boy, did they trade away that what's name choked out.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah. Jordan Poole. He developed under them, developed into a double-digit scorer under top tier talent. So
I apologize. That was me. Oh, dang it. I forgot to turn that off. Yeah, that's where the super producer would come in. Go ahead.
Exactly. So my point is that just because you have a star will not 100%, take away from the development of an up and coming rookie.
I think it depends on the star, Drew. I feel like there's different stars for different strokes for different folks. Like you have a star who is more team friendly and maybe can facilitate better and is about actually getting people involved, or you have the star that's all about me, and you can tell. Like maybe I'm not the only one in the room. Maybe LeBron to me is not someone who makes others better. I'm sorry. Somebody is probably going to kill me for saying that.
No, I wouldn't disagree.
But I don't think he developed Kyrie.
Well,
no, you didn't develop Kyrie.
No, I didn't say develop him.
He's saying players developed with him. I'll say this. LeBron consistently puts you in a good position to do what you do best if you're the right style of player with him.
Yeah, but when
if you a shooter and you with LeBron,
Lonzo and Julius Randle and all those young boys, them mugs didn't eat and couldn't eat because he was LeBron.
You know who actually agrees with you? Larry Bird said
I take the legend.
Trade anyone. FT.
And do
Talk
it.
about that because LeBron makes everyone look great around him because they're there specifically to support him.
Yes,
But
it's
they
all for
can't,
you.
They can't survive on their own the same.
Look at Boobie Gibson.
You know.
So as soon as Boobie left Cleveland, he was cheeks.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Listen, LeBron can make you great because same thing is with Jason Kidd, right? Like Jason Kidd said, "You run with me, I'll get you 10 points if you just run with me," right? So like I think there's a conversation for that, but the reality is, you know, like to me, where the Bulls are at, for what I thought it was going to cost, I was out. For what it actually ended up costing,
you got to have the conversation.
I'm more willing to have that conversation. JC, you've been very oppo in all of this.
Yeah.
Why are you still out on Jaylen Brown potentially? If Jaylen Brown was available, going after him.
So here's what I want to say to Drew first is I do not think you are wrong. I think your surface statement of you could have gotten or had a conversation compared to the trade that the Boston Celtics had with the Sixers is correct. But what I was saying is it's not apples to apples comparison because even though Paul George is 36, often injured, I think he only played 30-something games last year, but still his averages were right above where Modest is. So if you're saying that, you said to start, I thought what you said was that you would just go with Modest 2 first-round picks and a couple of seconds or however many seconds that would do it or get us Jaylen. I disagree because, as Pat said, everybody around the league does not value Modest's potential like we do. When we see every Bulls game, when we see him talking about, oh, I'm a go in the gym and go hard, like that's great for us. We want him to be the best that he can be. But everybody around the league, the GMs don't value Modest like that, and they think that he's a secondary player or a role player at best. He's a Zach LaVine type that can contribute to a winning team, but he's not ever going to be the guy like possibly Caleb Wilson. So that right there was my ultimate layer point is that, yes, you may be right, but other GMs are not going to be like, oh, Modest is 20-something years old. PG is 36. We value Modest more because of what he could potentially be. No, they don't think he potentially can be what PG has been in his career.
But the one GM that matters is so analytical, it's impossible to say that you don't value Modest more.
And it's because of his age.
The one GM that mattered, if you talk about true effective shooting percentage, Modest Buzelis is a better EFG player than Paul George is right now. If you talk about true shooting percentage, or if you talk about
year, right?
Yeah, from last year. If you talk about effective shooting percentage, talk about true shooting percentage, you talk about rebound rate, talk about block rate, Modest is a better player than what Paul George is. And when you add in he plays
youth.
That makes a much bigger difference.
I get that.
It's two different caveats though that we're getting. Not just being a younger player, you would expect to actually improve. Means that you have to pay him eventually. And with the new CBA, this is why we're in a situation that we're in now. Teams are imploding right now because of it. So Montes would come in probably looking. Whereas Paul George contract eventually is going to fall off the books. He's not going to re-up for the same amount that he's going to get today.
But he's probably not going to re-up at all, realistically. This is probably it.
So that's one aspect. The second aspect, too, just listening to you all's conversation last time, I think it really is about dynamic. And you draft Caleb Wilson, I always say Caleb Wilson, you don't bring a Brown into that. You have a young core that you're building right there. You have to allow them to grow.
Yeah.
This is a copycat league just like football. Everybody looked at OKC and how they developed them. Hey, that's actually how we need to do it to survive in this NBA. We need to develop our talent. That's what Adam Silver wants us to do. You bring in a Brown to that, it's Brown's team. I'm finals MVP. 70,
yeah,
80 million a year.
Kid, to that point, Tyrese Maxey is on that team. VJ Edgecombe is on that team. You just added Anthony Simons to that team. Joel Embiid is on that team.
That's where you went.
But here,
hey,
you know the difference?
Who team is it now? Jaylen Brown's team.
But you know the difference there, though?
Because Jaylen Brown's team. I just named you all them people. Jaylen Brown just went to Philly. It's Jaylen Brown's team.
Mentality, though, DJ has a stronger mentality than anybody we've drafted.
I don't know about that.
DJ walked into the league.
I mean,
give me the
I think Caleb's about to take that.
I don't know about that. Caleb Wilson walked into the league. Caleb Wilson walked into the league and said, "Yeah, I know about the UNC to Chicago connection, and I'm gonna be better than that."
I'm gonna be better.
That's a wild. Hey, no one has ever said that. No basketball player
you're a bad boy.
from chosen on has ever said, hey, yeah, I heard of that Jordan dude. I'm going to be better than that. No one has ever said that.
BJ walked in like 30 balls.
So
well, you got to show
it. It. You're
Listen,
right. He's proven
BJ has proven it.
Yeah.
But no one
is
not
afraid to go get that pill.
No, I don't think Caleb will be either. But
True.
no one has ever walked into the NBA. And NBA, Dwayne Wade is from this city.
well, no.
And Dwayne Wade, they said, are you the next Michael Jordan? Relax.
LeBron had the moniker of the chosen one. So he's done it. But my point to saying that was, because we always say this about Chicago teams, we never take the big swing.
The big swing, yes.
So we don't even kick the tires. We talked about Poles not kicking the tires.
Yeah.
We talked about the Cubs.
We talked about everybody not kicking the tire.
Exactly. So why not for a potential proven player that has a team full of theoretic nobodies last year and was able to get them into the first round of the playoffs?
Whoa. You talking about the Celtics last year?
Yeah, because
Celtics didn't have nobody.
Oh.
Celtics had elite role players. They didn't have nobody.
Role players.
No. I'm talking about role players that could be all-stars on other teams. Well, all right. Well, why you go Vooch the second one? Hey, did y'all see the tweet today? Did y'all see the tweet today, though? They going to look.
Well, for what?
If this is real, what they said about what Boston is expecting, they said they think Peyton Pritchard could take a Jalen Brunson type lead.
No,
hey, it's crazy.
But basically,
you gotta get
shooting
number one
maybe?
option looks to take a
very
Jalen
ball
Brunson
dominant.
lead.
He had several 30-point games in the playoffs.
It is crazy to say until it happens, because Jalen Brunson on the Mavs was kind of like what Peyton.
Well, and that is what I said. I said it sounds crazy now, but I think that's exactly what we said about Peyton Pritchard. But either way, go ahead. Or Jalen Brunson, I should say.
Conversation.
That was my point was that minus was 2 points. The point was we wanted our GMs and owners to go out
to be aggressive
and be aggressive to do something. And now we like no we don't, because we want these young players to develop. Like we did this before where the young players didn't develop at times. So why not help them out with somebody that takes a little bit of the pressure off? Because some of these rookies, take a little bit further.
It takes time.
Right.
It's going to take time.
And
you're right.
We're talking about the Bulls.
And I give Bryson Graham credit for that. He has been very upfront. Bulls fans are in the it's some of y'all in the comments right now. Bulls going to win 45 games this year. No shot.
Nope.
Bryson Graham is like, relax.
I would be surprised.
What's the cap for the Bulls? The Bulls have used their entire cap space.
Oh.
No, it's higher than that.
Is it?
Wait, so that's my second point was that the Celtics asking price was going to be not met. So why not give them opportunity to do something?
So Mark,
right here, that first apron.
Well,
we got a team full of rookies.
Before the Bulls did this, you didn't have a bunch of people signed. You didn't have a Norman Powell on this team. It would have been Jaylen Brown and Caleb Wilson and all them was. So you would have been well under the cap still.
So based on
you'd have been under the first April.
The only two people that is 2.5 people that you're paying. You would have paid Brown.
Well, you paying
$50 million and Giddy.
You paying Giddy 20. Now Brown more than 50. I think Brown get the 60.
No, Brown's in the 60s.
Jaylen Brown's the highest.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Jaylen Brown was the highest paid player on the Celtics.
It is going up to 64 next year.
Yeah.
I believe. Okay. I just looked at the contract.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And then you had 20.
What we got here?
You had what?
You make it 59 this year. Jesus Christ.
It was 50-some million.
That's a lot, bro. 59. Like, excuse me. A loose million. You at 60.
But you got to use the cap, because you have to use a certain number of your cap money. So we got a team full of rookies.
Yeah.
We could have easily eaten that cap and still.
You could have made it work.
And my point was, I don't think Jaylen Brown being here would have hindered Caleb Wilson's development to the extent that y'all feel.
I think that he would have hindered his potential. I don't think you can throw off, like, if Caleb says I want to be great and he's going to do certain things. Yeah, he may get like maybe 10 or 15 shots or 8 to 10 shots in his rookie year versus
small
15 to 20 shots maybe, or 10 to 15 shots where he's acclimating himself as the guy and wanting to be the rookie of the year. You're not going to be the rookie of the year if you got Jaylen Brown on your team.
Jaylen Brown still averaged 6 assists.
That's fine, but that's not going all to Caleb though.
But since would mean the ball's moving around, so it's a potential for Caleb. But
you got Giddey. Giddey's not going to take the back seat to facilitating to Jaylen Brown. What?
Tom Duncan.
Kobe developed with Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody.
Right.
And they're also, I mean, the difference with Kawhi was as small forward.
And
when he came up, Tim was going down. Well, now he never really had a down, but Tim was not Tim anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ginobili wasn't Ginobili.
Ginobili wasn't Ginobili. You know, Jaylen Brown is Jaylen Brown. Like
he's a 30.
We had a. I'll say this. I just realized I got my do-rag on still. Did you tell me that? I didn't. I just realized. Did you?
Was a center. Kobe was a shooter.
But here's the reality of it. We should be able to hear you. Unless you. Yeah, I was gonna say
my mic is glitching. Well, maybe I'm not talking to it. My bad.
The reality of it is, with players that came before, right? When you talk about Shaq, when you talk about what you do, you hit that funny bone.
Oh,
I stretched it.
Yeah, right. I'm too swole.
Yeah, I'm definitely not too swole.
I got too much muscle.
Not too swole.
Michael Jiggers.
I'm too fat.
But no, I think with players like that, when you talk about them developing, you want to have veterans. You want to have guys that are there. But you had to get rid of Chris Paul to let Shea be Shea. You had to get rid of Josh Giddey to let Shea be Shea. You had to, like, if you feel you have that guy, you got to move all the other people out of your way or out of their way and let them flourish, right? We had a legitimate, probably top 10 point guard in the league when we had Kirk Heinrich. When we got Derrick Rose, they looked at Kirk and said, you better learn how to shoot. And Kirk figured it out and ended up setting the record. And then they was like, I'm going to be real with you. You're not that great at shooting yet. Go to Atlanta. Have fun in Atlanta. He played 2 years in Atlanta, came back, was like, you figure that shooting thing out? We got you at the 2, baby. Come on in. But like, the reality of it is, like, you want to move as many of those people out of the way and let them go through their growing pains. I think with Kawhi didn't have anybody that was there. He had to play his role early on. Right? Kawhi.
Ginobili.
No, but remember that first finals? Kawhi didn't shoot.
Kawhi was like 14.
He was defense.
He was known as that lockdown guy.
All Pop told him was like, you make sure he hates you. And then by game 4, that mug checked back in. LeBron said,
he was like, God damn.
Yeah. I think that might be the first time I've ever seen LeBron say nigga. He looked back and saw Kawhi long. He's like, yeah. But I just, not to say that I don't think, I'm more open to the conversation you have because of the package that it was. And I do think Modest could have got the job done at that point. But do you still think there's more to Modest? As a number 2, is Modest a better number 2 to Caleb Wilson with the fit that they're trying to do with Tiago Splitter than what Caleb Wilson is? Yeah, I think, and I'll give Bryson credit. I want to talk about, our reaction to the first offseason for the Chicago Bulls here. I think all the moves that we made this offseason weren't splashy, weren't flashy. They were the logical next step. Yeah. And I don't hate logical in a system that we've had, a city that we've had where logic didn't make sense. We needed a center that can rim run. We had one available in the draft. Walker Kessler was right there. I heard the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Terry. Who the is Dalen Terry?
Bro, don't even get me started.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of it. Like, there's so much that I think sometimes you just got to take the next logical step to get you there. Eventually, you take the big step. I'm not saying that you should never have a Jaylen Brown, but where the NBA apron is at, where all of this stuff is at, right, you can't mess up on that.
Yeah.
Because if you mess up, it's over. It's not like the Cap back in the day. When you cross that first apron, if you mess up on who you selected for that first apron, GG's. Why you think the King's trying to get rid of everybody?
That's true, but I don't think I just don't think as negatively as you guys think when it comes to development of development.
Even if you don't,
the proof is in the pudding. That's why I think negatively.
No, I would say this though.
Let him finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
What he was saying.
I don't think the like I said, I don't think Jaylen Brown was going to negative affect Caleb Wilson's growth to exponentially like you guys feel. And I do feel that Bryson Graham is doing a great job. He's as they say slow. He's being methodical with this. But we keep on saying that all these GMs got a plan. Just like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan.
Till you get punched in the face, yeah.
So with this one, it's like, yo, we got a plan. We want to develop these young players. We got a couple, mid-level veterans in Giddey and Nick
Norman Powell, Nick Claxton, yeah.
You got Norman Powell coming in as a little bit more seasoned veteran that can help. But then that puts us right. Let's Caleb does be a decent rookie. That puts us right back where we were before when we were criticizing the Bulls of being perennial play-in team.
Let me ask you this. Do we get to the end of this season and we end up playing and Caleb Wilson is the rookie of the year? We upset?
Absolutely not.
I'm not upset, but you got everybody that was upset about being in a play-in.
Sure, but I think play-in is different. If I got DeMar, Zach, Vooch, I'm up against the first apron. If I got Patrick Williams, who hasn't developed at all at this point, if I've got name whatever player from that team you want to that was kind of a throw-in player, right? Andre Drummond, or if you want to throw a Tony Bradley, whatever it is. If I got all of that and I got all this veteran presence and I'm making the play-in, I'm pissed. Right? You good? Oh, you grabbed your chest. You looked like you was having a heart attack. I was like, see, that's why I don't work out.
I'm coming to join you.
Thought you was coming, Elizabeth. This is the big one. Oh, rest in power. No, God dang it. To both of them. But I think that you look at it, laughing is crazy. Laughing is not.
It's just the way you said it. It's just the way you said that. It's just the way you said it.
What was the other thing I said? No. When kid was at the you
gotta do it.
When that
you talking about back in the day? And we kept panning in on his face. He couldn't find it. He kept trying to move his face. He kept panning the camera.
I hate y'all.
Yeah. Why you laughing at it, man?
I'm not laughing at it.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. Hey,
can I make a comparison to our football team? Are we mad that we drafted Caleb Williams even though the first year wasn't successful? Was he clearly talented, and we saw what possibly could be, even though the O-line sucked? Yeah. He got cremated his first year, right?
He got what?
Right? Cremated.
He got cremated?
Yeah, no, he died literally 68 times, right?
No,
60, however many times.
No, they didn't. Because everybody.
68, he was one short of a nice.
If you're not a Bears fan, everybody's still taking Jaden over Caleb.
Yeah, that's great. I'm talking about what we have here now.
Not after last year, though.
Second year.
No, they still
first year. Not after last year.
Jaden.
Yeah, you're right.
Jaden Daniels is still.
We're talking about Jalen's and Jaden's.
Yeah, Jaden is still out of the 32 teams. 31 GMs are still taking Jaden over Caleb.
Now?
Yes.
Today? Oh, yeah,
yes.
No, not at all.
Hey, listen,
not at all.
Yes.
Half of them not going to have a job.
Not at all.
After this year, it's probably the narrative is going to change. So I can't say that. Use that. No. I can't agree with that. With that one,
the narrative changed already after this year.
I'm gonna just throw this like curveball into the conversation. You have a new GM, a new coach. You bring in a strong-minded, all superstar player. That's not the best setup for you. Not the best setup for your players, or as a new GM for you to deal with.
I tell you what, I don't know slander on his name.
I don't know if that was real or not. I don't know if the
that was legit. Bill Simmons or not Bill Simmons. What's the dude I just said I hated?
I know you.
No, buddy, I just said Colin Cowherd said that today. Now I get. You know what?
Your source.
You know what?
I don't know if it's real or not.
You know what? I just thought about who I said it. Colin Cowherd basically came out and said. People around the NBA think that Jaylen Brown has a disease of wanting to be the smartest person in the room. Now, mind you, Jaylen Brown was a member on a college chess team where you just can't walk in and start playing chess and be like, I know how to play chess. You have to be really good. Got an internship to NASA. Was always top of his class, was top of his class in high school, was top of his class in college at Cal. You can't be stupid to go to Cal.
Youngest ever to what? Give a lecture at Harvard?
Youngest ever to give a lecture at Harvard and wrote a college grad level paper his first year. You're not supposed to be writing college grad level papers.
No, he is.
While playing basketball,
8 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, he probably is the smartest person.
This man is Theo
and it's why I say, listen, we've come a long way, but Colin Cowherd saying that today and not having nobody around him that went, well, you know, you're pushing uppity Negro narrative here, right?
Crazy.
That was insane.
Crazy.
Colin, call me. I don't like you. I'm gonna be 100 with you.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I hate how you cover sports. But call me and I will help you to just read the room on some of the stuff that you saying.
I didn't even realize how deep that is. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
If every GM like I get it, right? Like you don't want to be the smartest dude in the room. Like I think nobody want to be around the smartest dude in the room all the time.
It depends on how they come off.
It depends on
if you come off like a D-bag, I get that.
Yeah.
But you have to bring that out when you bring out that point.
Yeah.
You can't just go, oh, you think he's so smart. He is smart. He's incredibly intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't deny
Anyway,
that.
continue what you were saying.
It depends on how it shows. If he's a jerk about it.
If he's a jerk about it, yeah, that's different. That's different.
Guess what? Yeah, I'm not going to have that with a new coach, new GM. I'm not going to take that chance because now if it don't work and we have all these personality issues, you know what his claim to fame is going to be in his first year as a GM? And now got the one person that nobody wanted to bring in. But you took the swing though.
That price is so low, got to go.
Nah, that price pretty high, bro.
No,
that price was low.
That price was low.
Paul George and 2 firsts, I'd have gave you 2 firsts for him easily. Easily.
It's 2 firsts plus taking on 60.
We have the cap space. If we don't,
well, you didn't have $60 million cap space.
You didn't have 60 million.
You would have had to move on from him. You don't have $60 million.
And so it's like
Bulls had $30 million.
Yeah.
Mind you, no matter what you say, it's either a third of your cap.
Now you could have gone into the apron.
Yeah.
You could have gone into the apron for him. And I'll be honest with you.
We had the money.
The player that Jaylen Brown is a player you go into the apron for. Like I just said, I just named you all the people that are on Philly.
Bro, we're the third biggest market in the United States of America.
That's great.
We ain't broke.
No, it ain't about that. It ain't about that. I'm not saying it. You're right about your points. What I'm saying is I'm not going to speed this process up when my GM, who just got hired, and like you just mentioned, a new coach, literally new in the game, not just on our team. He's a new coach, just got put into a situation where one guy screwed his life up. Like, I want everybody to grow together. I don't want this superstar to come in and kind of ruffle that. I need everybody kind of to grow together. And so that's why I think that when he says we're not skipping any steps, he's sticking to that. That's what I respect.
Because when he got the job, Jaylen Brown was not available. So
I'm still sticking to my
Jaylen Brown was available when he got the job.
He wasn't because he got the job before.
Giannis was.
Do you think this conversation started when Shams reported that Jaylen Brown was available?
No, what I'm saying is when Bryson Graham got the job, when he hired Tiago, there was literally was saying that we didn't have the draft picks to be in that.
Because we didn't think it was going to be 2 picks and pick swaps.
Exactly. So we didn't have the draft capital to even think about getting a GM that was going to be able to take in a Jaylen Brown. We didn't have the coach. So our plan was this. But guess what? The Boston Celtics threw a curveball. And guess what you got to do? You got to be able to adjust and this thing called pivot.
Yeah.
So my GM, who says he's smart, should have been able to pivot and say, we're going to bring in somebody on the bench that can handle this big personality. We going to get this guy because they giving him for a bag of peanuts.
So just three weeks earlier, he said, keep it at the standard and keep the rookies and develop, and we're in a rebuild. But you think 3 weeks later, he's going to be like, you know what? I'm new here and I'm trying to stick to my standard, but I'm going to just change.
We've 100% seen that
trajectory.
Yeah. So, I mean, AK said that when he got here, he said, we're going to build it the right way and we're going to build through the draft. And he drafted Patrick Williams. Then he went out and he got DeMar. Then he paid. Well, he had paid.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, but listen, Jaylen Brown's not them.
Exactly.
Jaylen Brown's not them.
So the answer.
Here's the reality. There's not that whatever that Bill Simmons stat was, which I think somebody did tell him, where GMs think that Jaylen Brown is the 7th best player on your roster if he's out of the Celtics organization. I don't think there's 7 players better in basketball than Jaylen Brown.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
About that.
No, I agree with that.
Give me a 7. Anthony Edwards, no.
I thought you meant Davis. No. I don't know why I thought Davis.
No.
But yeah, Ant-Man.
Because on both sides, Jalen's a problem.
Wemby is
on both sides of the floor. Jaylen can give you the offense and he can go out there and stop you.
Would you still take Kawhi? Or is it just a matter of...
Listen, anybody from our era is old now. That's what this offseason is. I'll give you Shea. I'll give you Wemby.
I'm really high on Jaylen Brown.
Nah, I'm good on Jaylen over him.
Jaylen Brown over Jalen Brunson?
No. Yeah, Jaylen Brown over Jaylen Brown.
No, he's saying I was asking him. Okay.
Yes.
I'm big on Jaylen.
I mean, that's cool. Like I give you that.
Luka is a better...
Luka's a better offensive player than yeah. But Jaylen Brown made his life hard when they played against each other. He made his life real hard. Luka shot like 42%, or was it 42% from the field?
Somebody remembers.
I personally,
and he took a lot of shots.
I personally have KD. If you look at
KD up there, I think healthy Kawhi is up there too.
Way more than you should. I still got Steph as a top.
I put Steph over. I put Steph over.
Healthy
Steph.
I put Steph over.
Yeah, Steph.
And then I got JB.
You still didn't give us 8 players.
That's 8 players. But Jaylen Brown is. We can all agree Jaylen Brown is a top 10 talent.
Yes.
Everybody.
I give you that.
Talent. Yes.
And everybody. Well, every team that he gets on is going to be better because he is on that team.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
I feel that he would have expedited our.
You jump started.
You
go from being a team that's trying to build to a team that's trying to win the championship.
Is Brown better than
Jason Tatum? Oh, there's the other. Well, clearly they don't think so because they're building around Jason Tatum.
Here's the $100 million question.
Here, and I think that's the part that we finally going to get to see.
Like he was better.
Well, here's what I would say, and I think this is a real conversation with the NBA. I think in sports in general, and even when we get to the Caleb Williams conversation, I think that there's a real conversation that you got to have on. That's impressive. There's a real conversation that you got to have on analytics versus hooping, right? And I think Jaylen Brown is the crossroads on that. Yeah, you missing Joker's crazy.
You missed him too.
I didn't get my list.
Whatever. You was getting the list.
I think Joker's the best player in basketball. But right now, if you talk about what the analytics say, the analytics do say Jaylen Brown isn't the best player for your team to build around.
Takes 2s, not 3s.
Well, not even that, but just like because Jaylen Brown shoots a lot of 3s too. Boston shoots a lot of 3s in general.
Yeah, but
Boston taking 100 shots, 60 of them are 3s.
Yeah, but that was the reason why his analytical numbers was so.
Well, no, his defensive metrics, right, is on off, right. There's certain stats if you look at if you get deep into the weeds that would say that the Celtics are better on off than they are. With Jaylen Brown off the floor than they are on the floor. There are certain stats in certain lineups that they utilize that would say that Jaylen actually hurt offensively than he did help offensively. The reality of this is I'm somebody that loves analytics, but I don't think analytics can replace ball, right? I think I had this conversation. If Kid is guarding me and the numbers say that Kid's the best person to stop me in the fourth quarter, and so they put Kid on me in the fourth quarter and I give him 25. Was Kid the best person to stop me in the fourth quarter?
Not that day,
right? And I think there's more days where I look at Jaylen Brown and I go, you can take all them analytics, you can fold them up nicely, you can turn them sideways, you can shove them right up your candy because
The Rock said so.
Jaylen Brown will go out because Jaylen Brown can go out there and give your best player buckets and stop your best player on the other end. So I think that means more when you talk about the playoffs. I think that means more when you talk about that W column than great analytics. You know who's probably, and I haven't gone back and looked at this because I wasn't as big into analytics when he was still playing. And I also wasn't covering sports as much, but like Kobe gotta be a terrible analytic player.
Oh, he was horrible.
He's gotta be a bad analytic player.
He was horrible.
But there's just for his shot percentage alone.
He was inefficient.
It depends on
inefficiency plays a lot.
Eli Manning's a terrible analytic player.
Well,
like he's actually really bad.
It depends.
But that's a great point. He's a bad analytic player. He's got 2 Super Bowls.
So
you know who's an analytic darling? No, your boy.
Kirk Cousins.
Captain Kirk is an analytic darling. Analytics would say he's a god.
Yeah, and guess what?
And you know what he don't got? Hey, you know what he don't got?
A playoff
win.
Kobe's actually.
Oh, I would say
That's crazy.
No, I would say probably based off of the volume of shots that Mike took throughout his career, I don't know if Mike's an analytic darling.
Oh, he's 50%.
And this is why I say you gotta take into account analytics. And I don't know this. I haven't looked this up. I don't have any of these. You got to take into account analytics. But you also got to take into account, if I line up mano a mano, can you stop me? If you put 2 people on me, can you stop me? If you put 3 people on me, can you stop me? I think Jaylen Brown is that kind of player. And so when, to kind of bring this conversation back to the Chicago Bulls here, for what he was traded for.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we got a little bit more to go. That tells you the Bulls are back.
Yeah, they're relevant.
You know what was funny about it, too? We was having this conversation, or we had the conversation last week. We ended up doing an hour and a half pod, and I just went, hey, bro, it's actually nothing to talk about with the Bears, and the Bulls are relevant enough to sit on a show and talk about them and be engaging. And the show ended, and Drew went, that was a really good show.
Yeah.
All we need is a little bit of content. Listen, the Cubs suck. Let's have that conversation. Don't you leave. Oh, man, that's why you hit the light. Don't you leave. God dang. They actually don't. They're actually back and hitting the ball well. Their pitching staff is dead.
Put some respect on PCA.
The chances of the White Sox winning anything this year
is higher than the Cubs.
Only because
the AL is definitely worse than the NL.
Yeah, AL is definitely
the AL. Listen, the AL is squalor.
Yeah, I think.
Now, granted, the White Sox actually are good. The White Sox have beat some of the best teams in baseball.
Good. They're good. Just like we just beat the Dodgers. 2-3 from the Dodgers. Shout out to my Dodger fans out there. No,
it's me.
I know.
No.
Yeah, but going back and said, the Bulls are relevant, and we like the direction. How'd
you feel about Bryson Graham's first playoff series? I'm sorry, playoff series.
I was about to say, are we fast? Hey, are you in the future? It's Back to the Future? This man knows something we don't know. We're making the playoffs, baby.
Hey.
There you go.
Saxophones got loud for a second.
That man's from the future.
Saxophones got loud for a second.
Is it part of the disclosure?
How do you feel about Bryson Graham's first off season as a whole, right? We didn't get Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is not on the team. He's not going to be on the team. He's on Philly. The East got a heck of a lot more interesting. Kawhi is back.
Toronto.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I know people just kind of looked that off.
No.
Kawhi's back on a team that is going to say, we don't care if your knee turns into meatball. Play.
He played 65 games last year.
We don't care if you're going to die on back-to-backs. Play.
Played 65 games.
And you pair him up with Scotty Barnes, who arguably was, I ain't going to lie.
Is RJ still on the team?
Everything that Wemby did, Wemby deserved everything. Got everything that Wemby did is amazing. Scotty Barnes had a real conversation with defense.
He was nice.
Real conversation.
He was nice. Yeah. No, he was.
Next person.
Oh, no.
But to answer,
and shouldn't have been.
But to answer your question,
Chet was the next highest block leader by a large margin.
Blocks don't mean you good at defense. Miles Turner averaged 3 blocks for 5 years, and his feet wasn't good on defense. He looked like Magic Johnson out there.
That wasn't getting 40 put on his head.
Chet gets 40 put on his head by every legitimate defensive elite big.
Only 2.
Yeah.
Joker gave him 40. Embiid played him one time and punked that mug.
Wemby?
Wemby gave him a lot.
Oh, yeah. Wemby definitely.
If you mean out of the whole league, only 3 people can compete with me in this space?
Sure,
and one of them is considered the alien, the chosen one, who's like, I'm living with that. Jokic is supposed to be the best player in the league.
Hey, Baki, let him know.
Scotty Barnes wasn't on the list.
Baki, let him know what we think about Chet. Anyway, what was your thoughts on Bryson Graham?
Chicago, y'all ain't gonna say that.
100%. I think Chet weak.
Bryson.
I think Chet weak.
Let's do a grade. I will give him a solid B because I feel like you, according to others, you passed upon opportunities to I guess, quote unquote, make the team better. But I feel like you're taking a step back. I think that he kept to his standard. He said what he said. He said he's not skipping steps.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that. And he went out and got solid pieces that aren't going to affect you financially down the pipeline with Norman and Nick Claxton, who I really thought was an underrated move. Did not realize that he was going to be available That was great move. So for me, I give him a B. He's sticking to his guns.
Yeah.
So for me, I gave him a C+.
Really?
C+ because we could have had Jaylen Brown.
All right. We don't know if we could have had Jaylen Brown.
You didn't.
We're assuming if we did this deal, we could have had Jaylen Brown.
Tires.
We don't know if we could have had Jaylen Brown.
Fine. Fine.
All has to
Fine. No, she doesn't. No, she don't.
All right, Drew, take 10 to 15% off that, Drew.
Whoa.
The girl at the ball has to say it. No, she don't. All right, Drew, hold on, brother.
I had a heck of a joke.
Whoa.
I had a heck of a joke.
Yeah, let's move on.
Not if chloroform's involved. Relax, Drew.
Remember back in the 90s?
Let me tell you about 87.
87.
Chloroform is involved is hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
No, man. I had actually a funny joke on it. If we can't count the Jaylen Brown potential,
You can count it based off of your grade.
I'll give him. Realistically, I give it a B- because I feel that he could have did a little bit more. I didn't like him trading cash considerations in the second round. I didn't see no point in that. So
cash considerations. Hey, no matter the regime, cash considerations been in the league, but
Joel is an idiot.
What did Joe say? What did Joe say?
You're not my teacher.
Glad Drew isn't my teacher. Jeez.
hey. I'm actually very studious. So I give him a B-. I say I feel that he traded second round picks for nothing. He made a couple good trades. I think he got a good quality coach, but I think it was somebody that was a little bit better. Could have been had that.
The only one I would say I give you, Sean Sweeney was the one.
I wanted Quinn.
Well, which one? Quinn who?
From Miami.
Dan Quinn.
No, Chris Quinn.
Chris Quinn from Miami. Okay, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, so right, I feel he could have did.
It was Chris Quinn.
Who's the dude that always looks evil?
Coach. That's Sean Sweeney. You talk about old boy that's on. He looked like Sid.
No, not him.
He looked like Sid from Toy Story.
He coached that.
No, not Sid from Ice Age. No, that's Glorilla before the surgeries. He looked like Sid from Ice Age.
I keep
telling you, them eyes got closer.
I keep telling. That's makeup too.
And them eyes. The contour is going crazy in that.
I keep telling you, young ladies, you not ugly. You just broke.
You just broke.
That's it. No, the Atlanta Hawks. He's looking mad.
Oh, that's Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder. Yeah. No, he looks like Scarecrow.
Hobgoblin.
No, he look like Scarecrow.
Yeah.
He look like Scarecrow. He always has. I've said that.
Yeah.
So what grade you give?
Me, I mean, listen, I would say I think a B+ is probably where I sit at. Here's the thing. I think you took the logical next step. There was only one option to take at 4. You were never taking Darius Acuff ball up top. We got Caleb Wilson. I think there are a lot. I will say this as well. I think that there are a lot of GMs in this league that are regretting having the pick that they had. I think the PR sometimes puts you in a position that you can't not draft the player who is slotted to you, and they get scared of that. Because if you take Caleb Wilson over Darren Peterson, AJ DeBanza, or Cam Boozer,
better work out.
Better be right.
Mm-hmm.
Better be right. And if you're Utah, you got technically a playoff team already.
Yeah, you do.
If you try. Yeah. And you just added Darren Peterson to that. If you are Washington right now, you got Trae Young on your team. So you can afford to take an AJ DeBanza and just hope. They gonna get rid of him probably. But you can just hope, if nothing else, we know what Trae Young can do in the East, and that will be better than where we were at. We hope that AJ DeBanza develops at the right rate. You can get away with that. Cam Boozer ends up going to
Memphis.
I'm sorry, Memphis. Yeah.
That team is already believing in Cedric Coward and Zach Edey, to the point that they were trying to get rid of Ja Morant midseason last year. So they already are in a position. So if you miss, it's a little bit tougher for you to say, well, you could have had this. Right? And you can live in this world where we made the playoffs anyway, but also this could have been a concern. I think that was a advantage Bulls. They were taking the 4th overall guy. If Dalen Swain is a B for you, I mean, that's just a difference in philosophy. Cam Carr's chucking the ball up a lot more. Dalen Swain is shooting the 3 ball, or I'm sorry, is giving you everything else.
Yeah, versatile. Yeah.
Going out and getting Norman Powell lets all these guys be them. It lets everybody go out there. You have really elite play, I should say really elite role play, where you've got a guy in Norman Powell that can finish the game for you. You've got a guy in Nick Claxton that's going to be able to run with Josh Giddey. And on top of all that, it's still on y'all rookies and Modest to figure it out. If we don't win, it's because y'all ain't good enough yet. I'm okay living in that world if you're able to develop those guys to the fullest, and then you finish it out by whatever you do with that mid-level exception. I give you a B+. I don't think that it's a game-changing offseason. I don't think that it is a back-breaking offseason. I think that it's the offseason that you had to get right. And I feel like you got it right.
To start a new regime.
And I feel like you got it right.
I'm going to give him a B- simply because he got the draft right. I mean, let's be for real. He could have drafted Steinbach.
I feel like I
drafted Hans Steinbach where? At 15?
I mean, he could have drafted.
I've heard of him.
No, this is what? I'm nothing. Hans Steinbach. If he had drafted, you're saying
he could have
done that.
He could have done that.
Oppo and said, "I'm gonna go." He could have did a Morez Johnson at 9.
He could have pulled an AK and got Patrick Williams.
Okay, I got you.
In a draft full of a bunch of stars now.
Yeah.
Like he could have done that, and it would have been horrible. So like, he did the right move. He got who he should have gotten.
Sure.
Everything else is like a wait and see. And because everything's a wait and see, I'm gonna give him a B.
Yep.
Give him a B, B-.
Wait and see.
And let's just see. I think this is a conversation we have at the mid-season and end of the season.
Ooh,
and then we have more context to kind of go into it. But right now, just looking off the names, no, like you said, not backbreaking, not world changing, but I can see the Bulls still being a 4 through 10 team, which is where you want to be now.
4 through 10? That's high.
Well, the East is so weak.
No, the East got a lot better.
I actually think there's a bunch of teams in the East that are that the moves they made are saying last hurrah. And if you're saying last hurrah,
one of them.
Miami is one of them. I think that if you talk about Boston, even with this, right, is hey Jason, go out there and ball out, show us why we should have kept you. I think if you talk about Toronto with adding Kawhi Leonard into that mix and not really only giving up Brandon Ingram, who didn't play well.
Philly, New York. Those are cream of the crop.
You know, it's not.
And then you coming back with New York, who just won the championship, and Philly just upgraded.
And you forgetting Halliburton is back. They went to the...
And I'm going to tell you this.
Forgetting about Detroit.
Detroit
is going to be there.
Actually, the East
those are probably the top 4.
No, I give you this.
I take that back, y'all. I stand corrected.
Charlotte might be nasty.
Yeah. No, the East
well, now LaMelo's gone and
Con Knuckle.
He ain't gonna be come on, man. I like him.
You crazy?
I'm not saying you.
Con was.
I'm not saying you gonna get him to the championship.
Most exciting and most productive.
They almost got rid of him because Con was so effective within the line.
Yeah, but going back to it,
and then they finally did get rid of him because Con was so effective within the lineup.
So no, we got the East is deep with at least 10 quality teams because Atlanta got better. Got Indiana bringing.
I forgot about Indiana. Indiana coming back. Hallie is healthy.
Hold on,
who?
Atlanta got Jaylen Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all say it like,
and they got,
y'all say like he's gonna move the needle so much. Like, who's like, okay, Jaylen
you're not a believer in Jaylen Johnson?
No, I'm not.
Actually, there's somebody.
All right,
we're forgetting. Who did Atlanta get?
Then you got Miami.
Listen, if you don't believe in Jaylen Johnson, that's a choice.
Right. Because it's actually in the West, they're more top heavy than we are.
Center? Power forward?
Yeah.
Power forward.
Jaylen Johnson, a problem, brother. How much Atlanta you watched last year? I get like the Knicks in that Knicks series went great, but like Jaylen Johnson, a problem.
I'm not going to sit there and bank that they're going to be a top 5 team in the East because of him.
All right.
Hey.
That's just.
But the Bulls have been a play-in team with
less.
So, I mean, and that's where you want to be, considering the new rules, drafting and everything. You want to be in that 4th place. So, I think Yeah. I didn't say they was going to be playoff. I said 4 through 10, and people making it seem like I said we're going to the championship.
I mean, 4 through 10 is
playing.
No, well, 4 is 4 is playoff.
Should I have said 6 through 10?
1 through 6
no, you gotta
is
say
playoffs.
Well, 7 through 10 is playing.
7 through 10.
7 to 11.
12. 10.
Don't
to 11.
No, 7 to 10.
4 teams in the play-in.
I know.
10, 7, and 8 play.
All right, so right, because 8th seed has it.
No, 7 has to go through the play-in.
But yeah, because they
7 and 8 play, and then 9 and 10 play. And then the loser of both of those play to get the last play.
No, the loser of 9 and 10
plays the winner of
the loser of 9 and 10. Winner of 9 and 10
plays the loser of 7 and 8.
And that's how that works.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I'm not a fan of, by the way.
Nope.
I like.
You know what? I say this.
Not if 10 is like 5 games back.
No, but I will say this, and I hate it, and I've been big on the play-in sucks.
I've been
No, every year's been good. There hasn't been a year where it's been bad.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's been good every single year. There hasn't been a bad year to play in. And so, like, while I dislike it because 9 and 10 shouldn't be in it, I can't hate on it because I'm entertained by it every time. The goal of sports is entertainment.
And also it keeps
gambling.
It keeps the teams. It keeps the teams. Some of the teams from tanking. That's what it was. That's what originally.
But don't keep the teams from tanking.
It originally was created to keep that pocket at the end from just
giving up. Yeah.
They had no shot.
It didn't work.
The AC. It didn't, but that was the premise behind it. And so I like that premise.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work.
I like the reasoning behind it, even though it wasn't effective. I like the reasoning behind it because you did for a lot of teams that were just throwing games away towards the end of the year. You had, people not putting a good product, and I'm paying all this money to go or get this stuff on cable. Cause back then it was cable, and they were just. So I'm like, I'm paying all this money to watch y'all, and then y'all this is the product you gonna give me.
I actually think the mid-season tournaments are.
The mid-season tournament for the first time proved to be telling of the NBA champion.
Yep.
The mid-season tournament is going to be entertaining. It takes time for that stuff to matter. Like you have to, like the Knicks winning was the validation of the in-season tournament. The Knicks won halfway through. What do you think next year's conversation is going to be around the New York Knicks? Or I'm sorry, around whoever wins the in-season tournament.
Are they going to go all the way?
It's going to be, can this team go all the way, or was this just a hot run in the in-season tournament? That's how soccer has been played for years. They always have had in-season tournaments. That's how rugby is played. That's how cricket is played. That's overseas sports, right? Like, I wouldn't want to see that in any other sport. Heck, that's how FIBA is played for the most. Well, not FIBA specifically, but like overseas basketball is played. You play it in the middle of the season. You have a tournament to see there. So, like, I think that the in-season tournament is going to – this is the year that it's going to matter. You know it don't matter, and I haven't thought about a single time. No, not that. That hasn't mattered in years. The MVP of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. I couldn't name you the last 3. Was it? What was last year? I don't know. That's the one award to me that doesn't matter at all.
Who was in it? Hold on, wait. Who won last year?
Well, clearly Brunson. It would have been Wemby probably for the West.
The year before.
OKC.
Okay,
so Shea.
So Shea had to get it. And then who? Oh, Holly.
I don't know if it was Holly.
It was Holly.
Was it?
To be with the way he played.
I'll take your word for it.
That makes sense.
He big shot.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knocked down 3 or 4 game winners.
Against.
That was in the finals.
Oh, that was the
finals.
No, on his way up there, he had a couple game winners.
Yeah, because he game nuts. He did New York that way. He did the first.
He did Philly.
He did the Reggie Miller choke.
That's another.
Oh, he
player.
did do New York that way. That's right. He did the choke joint.
Hey, that's another player who analytically has to be like trash.
Hallie.
Those are bad shots.
No, Hallie an elite analytic player actually because he facilitates so well.
Bro, his shot selection is so poor.
Now defensively,
but
I
it
don't know
was
what
like
Hallie is.
he hit that.
I know
what the heck?
because he's usually getting the ball back with 4 seconds. Got to do something.
All right,
Either
we'll
way,
talk
man.
about Bears.
Let's get into a little bit of Bears before we get up out of here. We got to talk about Mark Schlereth, who
That guy.
came at our own Caleb Williams. I mean,
Numerous times.
nothing is enough for
Victor, Shea, Luka, Jokic.
Back on that.
It was just
This dude.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, sure. That's great.
because it's not gonna matter.
You know it's funny?
five.
None of us care.
None of us care.
None of us care. That is the most useless award I've ever seen in my life. Like, that's just to give somebody something glass in
we
their
were
house.
so off.
Who is it?
Pascal Siakam.
That's why I said I don't think it was Hallie. I didn't think it was
year?
Hallie.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Hallie.
He was in Indiana. You're right.
Jaylen Brown the year before. So Jaylen Brown got the
MVP and the finals
and
MVP.
pay that man his money.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was the year before, but Jason Tatum got the first.
Tatum got the first one. That I remember. Yeah. Yeah, we don't care.
Moving on.
Listen, looking at the Chicago Bears this upcoming season, I mean, there's a lot of excitement around this team. And Mark Schlereth, former offensive lineman for the Denver Broncos, had to come out and try and poo-poo on a lot of the Bears' excitement as he came out and on his podcast basically said that Caleb Williams is not basically, literally said, Caleb Williams is not a good quarterback. He said Caleb Williams is tall Kyler Murray, I believe is the quote. To take away from it. He said, Caleb has exciting moments, but when you look at Caleb play quarterback, he is not a good quarterback. And this has Bears fans in an uproar. David Kaplan definitely was in an uproar. I will say this as well. He seemed to backtrack a lot off of how aggressive he was going on his podcast when he got on ESPN Chicago, knowing that it was going to sound a lot different on ESPN Chicago. Boys, when you hear what Mark Schlereth had to say about the Chicago Bears quarterback here, do you agree? And do you feel like this might have been a little ploy for something? Because I'm going to be honest with you. My immediate takeaway was the first thing I thought, Mark Schlereth has a podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first thing
No
I thought.
idea. Had no idea. No idea.
And I think my entire time I just went, this has to be a ploy to prove or to show and get eyeballs on his podcast, because I had no idea Mark Schlereth had a podcast until today. What were your thoughts on Schlereth's comments?
I'm gonna go with because I recently read, and to do more of a deep dive, Tom Thayer said it was insulting. I'm gonna take that take because initially I thought that it was a good take because he mentioned certain things that we obviously already know. He has to get better with the boring plays. He mentioned something of the effect of the 80-20 rule, the 70-30 rule, where 70% of the time you need to make the boring plays, the on task, the on time throws that are just going to get you down the field and put points on the board, be in the red zone. I get that. I agree with that. That's what we hope Caleb turns into this year to complete his trajectory. My thing is, you compared him to a player, by the way, in his second year, who was a Pro Bowler. Now that I'm looking at it, Kyler Murray was actually a Pro Bowler in his second year. So you're saying that he's just like him. I get you're trying to say he's slightly smaller.
Listen, we know what Kyler Murray.
No, but what I'm saying is that
you know how I feel about the Pro Bowl.
I get it.
We know what Kyler.
But at this point in their second years, they have comparable stats, and he was a Pro Bowler. So that's not a knock in a sense. You should actually go and fact check yourself, Mark Schlereth, and say, hey, these guys are actually good at this point in their career. And I think Caleb clearly has more potential than Kyler Murray. He's shown more potential. And so I don't think that you saying he's not a good quarterback, that was the part that I had an issue with.
Yeah.
He's in the top 100 now. How is he not a good quarterback already? So that was my issue.
I didn't like, because it seems like Caleb is criticized having exclusive play, big off script play, and I think he's been penalized for it. That he has a problem with off script more quarterbacking than traditional pocket passers, kind of like a Joe Burrow situation. And so I feel that he was just doing it to get some clicks.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad take.
There we go.
I was with him at first.
I don't think it's a bad take. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kyler Murray first couple seasons was cooking.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Like we talked about Kyler Murray in like high regard. The only thing they didn't like was maybe he plays too much Call of Duty.
No, it wasn't maybe.
He does.
They put a clause in his contract that said, hey, if this kid keeps doing this.
And it was because of that clause that he made the news cycle and stuff like that. But like when we looked at his play, you rarely looked at his play and was like, oh, because he plays too much Call of Duty, he threw this pick. Like, no, like he played pretty well his first couple of seasons. He fell off a cliff afterwards. But like his first two seasons, he was cooking. So to say that he's a taller version of that, I can kind of see it. Like let's not get this twisted, right? We hold him in high regard, but let's be for real. If Kyler Murray was in a Bears jersey when he was drafted, we'd be talking about Kyler Murray. Kind of like we'd be talking about Caleb Williams because he is an exciting player. He can make the throw. He has plenty of those throws.
He does have
the throws.
Let's be honest.
He got a heck of a highlight.
He's got some heck of a
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do think
Kyler has the highlights. Here's the thing that I think the reason that I look at Schlereth's take and I feel like you didn't update your take. You haven't updated your take since Caleb Williams came out of college and somebody told you, or remember that was the narrative. He was tall Kyler Murray when he came out of college.
Yeah.
There's no way you watched Caleb Williams and thought he couldn't play quarterback last year. There have been times where we've watched Kyler Murray and we said he's too small to play this position.
Correct.
Last year, watching Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison Jr., with Trey McBride, with an offensive line that definitely was improved, with a run game that should have been better, and for some reason wasn't. Kyler Murray looked like a bag of balls.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Kyler Murray
looked like a bag of balls.
Marvin Harrison didn't look good.
Figured him out.
Marvin Harrison didn't look good.
Marvin Harrison.
No, he definitely ain't as good as I thought.
Definitely.
He looked like Butterfingers. It was like, dog, you want to be, he gave it to you.
Hey, you want to know why?
Catch the rock. He looked like Rome. He looked like a worse version of Rome.
A much worse version of Rome. A much worse version. Because here's the thing, and I think you have to say this about what we saw in Arizona last year, and y'all know how I am. I got a bunch of TVs in here. I'm watching 4 games at once, day and there every week. I don't know if that's a flex. Is that a flex?
No.
4 games. And I was gonna say, don't they show 4 games on one TV? I don't think that's flex.
Yeah.
For me, with Marvin Harrison Jr., if I saw the ball as infrequently as he did, now you shouldn't be tapped out, but if I saw the ball as infrequently as he did early in that season, I feel like I might fade out too.
No, that's on him. That's on him.
It's not even a yips.
That's on him.
There are games where Kyler Murray got 1 ball thrown his way. I'm sorry, not Kyler Murray. Where Kyler Murray threw 1 ball, Marvin Harrison's way.
Oh no,
100%.
No, he was the second leading targeted on Arizona behind McBride.
McBride was the dude.
Yeah,
right.
And then,
it was a
and then they had a lot of run game.
No, but
then they had a good run game.
But it was a large
I believe it was a large gap because he was so inconsistent in catching a rock.
He was targeted.
Marvin Harrison Jr. early in that season was not getting targets.
He was when he first got drafted. They was throwing the ball to him at least 6 times a game.
They relied on their run game more.
He was getting that peel.
Let me ask you this: if I'm that guy,
look it up on the Google.
I'm looking at it. If I'm the number 1 wide receiver on the team, it's 2 players that catch the ball on this team.
Trey,
it's Trey and it's Marvin.
Yeah,
right. And Trey right now is the better receiver.
Let me ask you this: how many times should we see double-digit targets for Marvin Harrison?
Every game.
No.
How many times does the quarterback throw a ball?
7
How many times should we see more? How many times should we see more than 7 targets from Marvin Harrison?
Every game.
Rome has plenty of games where he doesn't get double digits.
For your number 1 pick.
No, because the number 1
got hurt.
He's the number 1 guy's Trey, so he's looking for Trey.
But he got more than 7.
Trey's gonna get double digits.
How many games should we see him get more than 7 targets?
Every game.
Never.
That should be the average.
Never.
McBride is the number 1 guy.
So the number 1 wide receiver on the team shouldn't get 7 balls thrown his way. Do you know how often they throw the ball?
Hold on.
I said 7.
No, that's what I'm saying. 7 and up. How many weeks of a 17-game season should he see 7 balls?
17.
But he's not
16.
Because he's even though he's a number 1 wide receiver, he's not the number 1 pass catcher on that team.
I agree with you. Answer the question.
Cool.
How many games of a 17-game season season
answer that
should
question.
he
You want to know
see
why?
7 balls?
You want to know why?
I can.
No. You can't. You want to know why?
can.
Because Justin Jefferson went through this. When you get doubled, it's different between.
Okay.
You can't force the ball to him.
Oh, you
at
can.
times.
Oh, yeah, that's what the best players do. You game plan to.
It's
stop
all
the best
about the
players.
game. But you
Double team, triple team, JJ, he's still gonna get his numbers.
He probably had about 5 games.
He has 7. Justin Jefferson's Justin Jefferson.
No,
But
the
I'm
question
saying-
was
he
how many
saw-
times should he have, right?
How many times should he have seen more than 7 balls? In
Hey,
the
listen.
season?
All I know
I
is
said,
Marvin
okay,
Harrison
7.
Jr. got more double-digit targets than AJ Brown.
So I'll say this. I'll say
and-
this. You brought up Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson had a bag of balls thrown on the ball all season last year.
Mhm.
First game, 7 targets. Third game, 7 targets. Fourth game, 11, 10, 11, 9, 12, 9, 6,
Who's
6,
that?
4. That's Justin Jefferson.
Is that
8,
after
8,
Addison got
5,
hurt?
11. It's
that
before.
after-
It's
is that-
before and after. I just gave you the whole season.
No, is that before Addison got hurt?
It's before and after. What you talking about? Addison didn't play early in the season.
He wasn't hurt. He was suspended.
Addison was suspended. He wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
So I just gave you the entire season. So 1,
Justin
2,
Jefferson was hurt.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times last year. Justin Jefferson saw more than 7 balls. What are you doing, back?
How many of those games did he
Can we
play
move
with
on to the
Addison?
numbers of the people we talked about?
Marvin Harrison Jr. saw more than 7 balls 3 times.
Yeah, that's
They threw him the football more than 7 times 3 times last year. They threw him the football. Who else you throwing? Name me another receiver.
Big Brad. On that team?
That's a tight end. Name me another wide
Right.
receiver.
Hey. Loveland's a receiver on my team. That's what-
They had John Brown. They had John Brown when he was
Did
there.
have John Brown.
They had
Hey, hey.
Larry was still playing.
No, he was not last year.
What?
I not say last year.
Last year.
Oh,
I gave you last year's number.
No.
Okay, okay.
Now you going wild.
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking about recently.
All I'm gonna say is this: it is a little bit of making that work and all that stuff. But Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't do himself any favors.
No. I
His
agree.
play and his attitude was very. He was.
Hey,
He
listen.
wore. Oh, I'm not getting the ball. But when you was getting the ball, you ain't catching the ball. That's just as bad as Rome's dad saying, "Throw my son the ball,"
Okay.
and he drop it.
Hey kid.
Nah,
hey kid.
it's actually
hey, kid.
worse.
Hey kid. You big narrative guy, right?
I'm not
That
being
was
negative,
no, you love the narrative.
I think it's true.
You love to put the narrative.
I think it fits in this case.
Let's
I
do
think
it.
it's
So
true.
let's do it. He was targeted 6 times in week 1. He caught it 5 times. He was targeted 5 times in week 2. He caught it twice. He was targeted 6 times in week 3. He caught it 3 times. He was targeted 10 times in week
50%.
4. Caught it 6 times. He was targeted 5 times in week 5. Caught it 4 times. He was targeted 2 times in week 2. In week 6, caught it 2 times. Targeted 6 times in week 7. Caught it twice. Bad game.
So you had a 2 and 5 game the other time. You had a 2 and 6 game. You had a what?
I just gave you 5 and 4, 10 and 6, 6 and 5. After that, 10 and 7. He caught 7 to 10 balls. The big game that everybody watched was the Seattle game, right? That was the most televised one. He caught 3 balls that game. He got targeted 12 times. It was right after Kyler Murray said, "I'm gonna throw you the ball as much as you want it." Game after that, though, that wasn't as
Exciting.
paid attention to. 7 targets, 6 catches. Got 3 targets versus Atlanta. Got 1 catch. Only got 1 ball versus Cincinnati because that's the week he got hurt.
Michael Wilson is the other. We forgot about him. He actually
Wilson, yes.
he had a really good season.
Michael Wilson had a good season.
How many targets he get?
78.
How many times he catch it?
I don't know, but he had 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. So they clearly went to him more probably down the line. But still, for me, I feel like if a quarterback throws 30 times a week,
So
you should get about 7 if you're Marvin Harrison Jr.
So you're saying that, are we agreeing or disagreeing that actually he is Kyler Murray-esque? And it's
Early Kyler Murray was 39.
and it's not as negative.
Early Kyler Murray was 3,900 yards.
Here's I don't know why we started defending Kyler Murray and all that.
Because people think it's a slight when it's like if you look at year 2 Kyler, that's a good
That was
player.
his best year.
You look at year 3 Kyler, that's a good player.
Here's what I would say about it, right? We know what Kyler Murray is. We know the assumption that he's making. He's not, Mark Schlereth is not going year by year.
You better hope Kyler don't turn up next year.
Oh, I think he will.
Hey, listen, you better hope he don't. We got to see that man twice.
Hey, you know who's getting more than 7 targets a game?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. Get that ball to that man. He's double
receiver.
covered. Throw it.
Hey, always open.
What Ocho said? Hey, coach. I'm open. Hang up the phone.
Right. Yeah, it's true that Kyler Murray told the media it's not his job to get Marvin Harrison targets.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's the hugest comparison between Caleb.
I will.
Marvin Harrison wasn't context.
That's exactly what he said. He said you only threw the ball to Marvin. What was it that week? It was
in context. He was saying it's not my job to force it to him.
Exactly. He ain't getting open.
That was the context of it.
Yeah, he basically saying he wasn't getting open.
That was the week that Marvin had. Where we at? He caught 7 of 10 passes versus Dallas. They did win the game. No, was it that week?
No, it was the week.
No, it had to be that week because the week after that, he went 3 for 12, and they was like throwing the ball to him. No, so it was versus Green Bay.
It was the week before.
It was versus Green Bay. He went 2 for 6, and I think all of that was in the first half. So they threw it to him 6 times in the first half. I don't think he got a ball in the second half. And it was just like, you're not trying to get it to your best wide receiver on the team. But either way, here's what I would say to Mark Schlereth's point.
Take that oomph off of it.
I think that if you are comparing Caleb with, and I know what you're saying, right? He's not going year by year like y'all doing.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about Kyler Murray?
Average quarterback.
Now he's
and average is generous.
Yeah, he's falling off.
Kyler Murray is a bottom third quarterback in the NFL.
We'll see if he revives.
He usually
Kyler Murray is a bottom third quarterback in the NFL.
He usually has.
Can he be a middle of the pack quarterback this year? I 100% agree that he can.
I think he.
But based off what he's been in his career, would you say that Kyler Murray is a bottom third quarterback?
When he wasn't injured, no.
When he wasn't injured.
When he wasn't injured, he was not a bottom third quarterback.
Bottom third quarterback.
I think he was a middle of the pack.
I watched a lot of Kyler Murray. He wasn't helping his team when
he was a top.
I think he was a feast or famine guy, because when he was on, he running for 40, 50-yard touchdowns. Then he's throwing 50, 60-yard bombs. He's either dynamic or he's garbage. So that with dynamic and garbage, to me, that's why I say he's a mid.
Last season he wasn't hurt. 2024, 3,800 yards, 21 tuds, 11 INTs, 68% completion rate.
Good completion percentage,
bro.
And this is why this is average. This is why I say he's mid. And this is why I say I think that you have to. It comes down to how you view quarterback. That's a good quarterback. What you just said. By the numbers. Seen a lot of good quarterbacks by the numbers that don't win. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback by the numbers that don't win. Kirk Cousins a good quarterback by the numbers that don't win.
Hey, you back off my.
Hey, I'm telling you exactly what it is. And that's why I say, even with the Jaylen Brown conversation to where we're at now, I think we are entering an era like y'all grew up in. Analytics would say half the quarterbacks that we all grew up watching suck. Yeah. Analytics would tell you 4-time MVP Brett Favre is a bag of balls.
I still don't understand that.
Touchdown, interception.
Because he threw so many picks.
No. I'm saying
that's not
how he has the legend that he has.
Because he won. He got a Super Bowl. He went to another one. He got 4 MVPs.
He's what, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre has two Super Bowls.
He has one.
No,
he got one that he won. No, they only got one.
No. Brett Favre got 2.
They went to
2. He lost the second one.
I thought he had 2, and that's
Aaron
one.
got one.
No, Aaron's got one, and he's got one.
I thought he had.
They only got 2 Super Bowls in
30 years.
The 40-year span of those quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah,
having legendary QBs.
But that goes back to, I say they mid. Because he's a mid. He's a mid quarterback that sometimes has flashiness.
But
of
this
great.
is the thing. I would also look at you and tell you I wouldn't want Justin Herbert on my team. Now, if you pairing Justin Herbert up with Ben Johnson, maybe I want him a little bit more. But what do I always say about Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert's a great
in a big moment
by the numbers quarterback. what do we watch every year, kid? Because I feel like I'm with you every time I watch a Justin Herbert game.
You throwing picks.
Hey, bro.
I mean, throwing
We
picks
sit
in the
there and we just
playoffs.
like, and I don't think it's all Justin Herbert's fault. I give you for the season, there's a lot of balls that have bounced off of the players' hands and they've gone the other direction. But the reality of it is, as good as Justin Herbert is by the numbers, when I need Justin Herbert to not throw the ball to the other team, what he doing?
You know who the epitome of this is? Dak Prescott.
Phillip Rivers.
No, what I mean by that, like Dak Prescott is a really good quarterback,
and they borderline great sometimes.
But if you ask Dallas fans, he's mid.
Yeah.
But Dak would be one of the best quarterbacks on any other team in history.
I also think Dallas fans are kind of where Drew is at with the Bulls. Like, you've seen the greatest that there's ever been.
Who?
Dallas fans. Dallas fans through the 90s. If you were a Dallas fan in the 90s,
that's what
you saw nothing greater.
Troy?
Yes.
Brother.
Yes.
Stop.
Emmett.
Brother.
Troy was not the best quarterback in that era.
No, I wouldn't say he was the best quarterback in that era, but he was the quarterback that won in that era. That's what I'm saying. You've seen football is different.
Yeah,
like to say that. But football, you've seen the greatest team ever, and you're sick of seeing a good player not get the job done.
Bro, they had like a 10-year window where they were just dominating.
Best offensive line, best defensive line.
Hey,
I remember that. Yeah,
Yurko's entire career is losing to Dallas. Yurko, every great playoff run that Yurko had in Green Bay is losing to Dallas. Except the one year when they actually got over the hump. I don't think they played Dallas, though.
But they have the best offensive line, best defensive line, best run game, best best corners.
Top 5 quarterback. Troy was the top 5.
He just wasn't as talented like as Jim.
He wasn't Steve Young. He wasn't Dan Marino.
He wasn't Aaron. He wasn't Brett. He wasn't
Aaron.
In his era.
You mean John?
I said John. What did I say? Yeah. No, I said Brett.
You say Brett. Yeah, Brett.
Brett. I meant Brett. You threw me off the top.
Hey, but this is the point I'm making, though. But he won. Whether it's because of the team, whether
he wasn't even Dan.
But he won.
He definitely wasn't Dan.
He wasn't, bro. He wasn't that talented.
Is Aaron?
Troy
was not that talented.
He wasn't that talented.
That's a great comment.
But he won.
He was Jalen Hurts.
Who's more talented, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Is it close?
No.
Is it remotely close?
No.
Is it in the same realm of conversation on quarterback?
I disagree with that.
No, talent. I'm not saying
talent.
I'm not saying who the guy is. Talent.
How do we identify that when it comes to a quarterback?
Arm angles,
Aaron Rodgers has
strength.
Aaron Rodgers has seasons where he threw 2 interceptions and neither of them were on him.
Yeah. And he threw for like 7,000 yards.
The same thing I say for Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson had 3 interceptions. We would have watched all 3 of them. They were all bouncing off of someone's face that should have had your hands in the way, and the ball went straight up.
Aaron was a better off-script player.
Quarterback. I don't think it's a big gap.
It is. It is, bro.
I don't think it's a big gap.
I would say
Tom Brady was the best in-script player.
I would say this. I would say Pat Mahomes
is better than both.
Is a more talented quarterback than both of them.
Yep,
correct.
I would say that.
And I think Caleb's better than all of them.
You know what the reality is? Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
He's won.
He's the GOAT.
Because all that talent don't mean a dang thing if you don't win. If we want to take it to a basketball sense, right?
That's like
Dominique Wilkins got all the talent in the world. It's nothing he couldn't do. But he ain't Michael
never
Jordan.
got the team, bro.
He ain't Michael Jordan.
I would have loved to see that.
No, he had a team.
He walking through that door.
Dominique Wilkins ain't walking through that door. Bird ain't walking through that door.
Atlanta had teams.
One of the few players to average 25 plus for 10 seasons straight.
Bro, Atlanta had teams. They had teams.
That man's
Did they win?
He just couldn't beat Mike.
That's the point.
Just like,
but Mike wasn't the player the team he had to face. He had to face Boston before Boston put him out several times.
Boston put him out a lot.
Boston, that's why his matchups was against Larry Bird.
But that's what I mean. He had all the talent in the world. Nobody thinks Dominique Wilkins was weak.
No.
Rib.
I would say Dominique Wilkins had
so much talent.
Dom's prime was before Mike won.
Sure.
And Boston put him out. Mike didn't put him out.
Who's the GOAT?
They used to play Mike in the first round.
But that's what I mean in the sense of what we're talking about with quarterbacks. You can have all this talent. It's about you winning. And so bringing it back to the Caleb Williams point, if you want to say that Caleb Williams ain't the most talented quarterback you've ever seen, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Shout out Mark Schlereth. Hey, I'll be willing to co-sign until he prove he can do it in the first quarter. But you know what he do? He win. You know when it matters? In that fourth quarter. And you know what happens? Teams start to press. Teams start to get concerned. Teams start to get shook. You know what they talked about? What's old boy? The mug that Cole Kmet pushed off. Definitely pushed off. The mug that Cole Kmet pushed off a little bit. The DB on the Rams. I can't think of his name right now. Chat, help me out with it. That Cole catches the ball over. He went on a podcast and said all week the only thing they talked about was don't give him a chance in the fourth. That's all they talked about.
Because we got a chance.
We're a better football team
in the fourth.
And we all said it going into it. I think if you go back and look at the pod, we all went. The Rams are better than us. Like I love what I think it can. It might happen. Rams are better than us.
Yeah.
Nobody was shook by the Rams going out to and how the game went. And then the game started to happen, and all we were like was, "Don't give Caleb a chance.
Don't give him a
to
chance
finish the game." And I got a video on my phone. I still got to post it. I don't think I ever posted it. Where Caleb is running backwards, and he tosses that ball up there, and it gets to Cole, and he catches the football. Don't give him a chance. That's a talent that can't be quantified in the numbers of quarterback.
Kobe Durant.
I like that.
Kobe Durant is his name.
I like he said.
Kobe Durant, yeah. That's a talent that can't be quantified in completion percentage. That's a talent that can't be quantified in how often he hits the check down. And so you're telling me that if he hits that, his best is Kyler Murray? No, you're telling Cap on the stream because you needed clicks for your podcast that nobody knew that you had until you opened your mouth and wanted to talk about Caleb Williams.
Because he is the algorithm.
And here is the best part of all of this. Drew, because you are the elder statesman, Mark Schlereth, offensive lineman for Dallas back in the day. Who was his quarterback?
Denver.
Denver back in the day. Who was his quarterback?
Was that Greasy?
Mm-mm. Come on, old man. I need you on this one. I gave you the layup. The best quarterback they've got.
Yeah, he's over Denver. Right. Apparently.
The best quarterback they got.
John.
Come on.
John.
I thought he was after John.
John Elway. No, he's with John Elway.
I thought he was after John.
Well, let me try to give you another layup here. What's John Elway's nickname? Dang it. I have to give you the old man.
Comeback kid.
His comeback kid, yeah.
Comeback kid. Was John Elway viewed as an elite quarterback back then?
Oh, yeah.
Not at first.
Yeah. He was. He was talented, bro.
He had all the talent in the world, right?
Yes.
And when he first came out, what was his talent built off of?
Throwing picks.
Being able to be dangerous in the fourth quarter.
Comebacks. He's a comeback guy.
Who are you talking about? Mark Schlereth, I need my zoom in on this.
Here we go.
Who are you to talk about a quarterback when you got your Super Bowl because of Elway helicopter spinning in the fourth quarter? Who are you?
Comeback kid.
To speak on anything with fourth quarter comebacks? I give you all the credit in the world. I think that you know so much more football than I've ever known. You have made it to the league. You have been a champion. You have been elite. You have so many skins on the wall. But how dare you try to talk about Caleb Williams like you didn't have John Elway, who is a Hall of Famer, who is one of the best quarterbacks to ever sling that pill.
And we got to talk about this, too.
But it's all based off of him being the comeback kid. His nickname is literally what Caleb Williams did last season. And you gonna say he's Kyler Murray? Shut up. I ain't sick of these old motherfuckers. It's just stupid.
Beige rage.
Oh, baby.
He literally went to practice with Caleb Williams every day.
Every day.
You watch this dude every day. You came up with him. How are you sitting here talking about Caleb ain't that dude? If any other offensive lineman of any team in history has said something, I would have nothing to say. Your quarterback was the comeback kid. His whole reputation is built off of elite comebacks. Oh, but he couldn't hit that shot over the middle. Caleb is going into year 3. We act like Caleb been in the league 10 years. Well, you know, he only had the comebacks. He had the elite plays. I don't know John Elway for nothing else. I wasn't alive.
You're hilarious. I wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive. Drew, name me a John Elway highlight in the middle of the game.
He doesn't have them.
Name me an elite fourth quarter John Elway highlight.
Oh, you got that one, man. That's all he did.
What are we talking about?
You know what was crazy? I remember them being in the Super Bowl and everybody being outside because they already knew who was going to win.
Who, Denver?
Denver. They knew Denver was going to win. So nobody watched it. We didn't
That's
have
true.
a party.
The Shannon way.
We knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
We was like, we ain't finna do this.
I like John. John was my guy.
No, John's a Hall of Famer. You know what he went from? He went from being the comeback kid to the dude you could count on all game.
Yes.
His first couple
That's the
seasons
reality
was
of
rough,
it.
though. His first 7
And that's
seasons
why
was
I'm
rough.
like, if anybody is going to have a conversation on quarterback, you don't get to judge Caleb for having the flash moments. You protected the flash.
That's correct. Because he's got some heck of a, fourth quarter comebacks.
It's what you know John Elway for.
Comeback kid. Yeah, you're right. That's his nickname.
And that's why it's like, when I heard that, when I saw this from Schlereth, I literally just went, bro, shout out to your podcast, bro. I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, that clearly
The Mark Schlereth podcast. I mean, shout out to that.
Very creative.
Do great. Do great. I hope you do phenomenal numbers. I hope you dominate. And I can't wait till you watch Caleb. By the way, and here's my problem with
Y'all
this
know how
too.
many he's had in his career?
Who?
John Elway?
Yeah.
Comebacks?
Yeah.
How many?
He's
had 31 regular season fourth quarter comebacks.
Uh-huh.
Including the postseason, he has 47 fourth quarter comebacks.
Comeback
and
kid. That's why he's
Yeah, I mean,
named
that nickname
comeback
definitely
kid.
makes sense.
because he's
Yeah,
Hey, do we think in those, you said 47 in total, right?
47 in total.
That's crazy.
Do we
including
think
the
in those 47, John was slinging it in the first?
Well, stats.
Yeah.
Hey, stats will tell you he was throwing that peel
Yeah.
and he was getting picked off a lot.
Do we think in the first
Stats will
half
tell
of
you,
games,
he wasn't
John
that
was
great.
just handing it off and saying, I'm going to come back in this? Like, come on, bro.
No,
Like,
no, bro.
That's my only beef
he's a
with
Hall of Famer.
everything.
He's
I
a
can't
Hall of
wait to
Famer.
talk. He's a Hall of Famer. It's no disrespect to John, but John had to go from being the flashes and the splashes to becoming a dude that you could count on day in and day out.
to hit the layups.
Yeah.
To your point,
It'll
if
grow.
John existed and had the exact same career in this era, he would be on the bench by year 3.
Possibly. I mean, I think that about Brett Favre. I think Brett wouldn't have got the chance to be Brett.
No, second year Brett was pretty decent.
Yeah, but I mean, third year Brett was Jameis Winston.
How many interceptions?
No, second year Brett got benched. Second year Brett got benched.
It was third then. Because he won a Super Bowl within his first 4 years.
He won the Super Bowl, I think, his fourth year. But the second year, I just had the conversation with Yurko. That's the only reason I know. The second year of Brett got benched for what's buddy that went down to Jacksonville?
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell.
Yeah.
They benched him for Mark Brunell.
So I got some brain powers.
I'm
got
glad,
some brain
you came back. I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous.
You forgot what kind of
second
food
year-
I ate earlier.
Second
That's
year, John was 18 and 15 for 2,500 yards. Third year was...
Well, I'm not going to compare numbers. That's a completely different era. Like, I'm not saying it from the numbers sense. I'm saying it from who the player was. John Elway has a Super Bowl off of coming back.
I mean, you throw more picks than you
6
throw
Super Bowl
INT.
appearances.
I mean, take TDs. We got to have a conversation, baby, because in that era,
back in the day.
they was throwing...
Back in the day.
It was explosives.
Think about Brett.
Bro, you
Bro, Brett didn't know what dime coverage
He was 10 years before Brett.
No, but
He
you
got drafted in 83.
You got to think about it this way.
I agree with you.
It was a
But
bunch
the NFL didn't change until Donovan McNabb is not a good quarterback.
First of all, can I be honest with you? I never thought he was.
You have
No,
to
but
look
I'm
at
saying
the,
my point
you have
is
to look at
Donovan
the-
McNabb was viewed as a top 5 QB, and that was 2006. Quarterback expectations didn't change really till like 2010. 8, 10, maybe?
Because you have to look at how the rules changed.
Yeah.
Before, you give up a lot of interceptions.
When did Brady break his leg? Whenever Brady broke his leg, I think it was
05, 06.
But you gotta look at before that, what the DBs could do. You could theoretically hold them the whole entire time. And so deflections was a ton of a ton of I'm holding you, so I'm just turning around and getting the ball.
Yeah.
It was a totally different defense back then. So if you were a gunslinger, interceptions were accepted as long as the explosive plays kept happening.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
You think about before, I mean, the West Coast kind of changed things, but before the West Coast really got big, which is Marino and them boys, right? Like
Steve Young.
Steve Young was real big in it and things like that.
Yeah. Joe Montana. Yeah.
Joe Montana is the originator of it, right? Until that really started cracking. Like, when go back and watch 90s Dallas highlights, it's just Michael Irving running.
Yeah.
Off cocaine.
It's a wonderful drug.
Calm down.
I don't know. Listen.
Early Dallas highlights is literally Mike run.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I'm
bigger than everybody.
Football didn't become
I'm off cocaine. Get out of my way.
Football didn't become my thing until like late 2000s. So like, you know, I take it with a grain of salt. Y'all dove deep into that.
2000s. I wouldn't say football became anything until this podcast.
I didn't care about football at all till late 2000s.
Yeah,
I didn't care about football at all.
I mean, you came on the pod and what? Then we started focusing on football like 2019.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I didn't care at all until like 10 years before. But like when I started doing a deep dive, especially on people we like hold in high regard, I'm like, some of these people really weren't good. So I'm trying to.
Good. No,
it was like
good.
that
They
was like
were good based on who they was playing. Like
Joe Montana had the better is the most efficient.
Joe Montana was cold.
He was cold.
Montana was cold.
And you can when you talk about that era, what you can do and how you can hold it. I'm not saying you're wrong, right? I'm just saying like based off of me coming from this era, looking back. Plus Joe Montana was like
Jerry
was 28 when he had Jerry though.
Yeah, Jerry.
But
and he had
he had Jerry. He was killing before Jerry. He was killing before Jerry.
Oh.
Joe Montana was killing before Jerry.
Oh, he always had Jerry.
Yeah.
When did drafted before Joe?
When did Jerry get drafted? Because he played until 2024. I mean, 2004.
It wasn't the 80 or 81, and then
because Joe got drafted in 79.
Was 80. Who?
Jerry Rice
Joe got drafted in 79, so Jerry was not in 79.
No, Jerry got drafted in 85.
Yeah, that's what 85.
Joe Montana in 80.
No,
Joe Montana had a league-leading completion percentage, and it was killing. Now, his numbers dramatically went up after 85. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit there and lie about that.
Oh, yeah, Joe had him at the end of it. He had him for the last 10 of his
But
career.
from 82 to 85, before he got drafted, Joe was cooking.
Plus, it's the West Coast. The West Coast was a different.
Yeah.
I think.
So who was that receiver?
Because Bill Walsh was the first person to institute the
who was catching
the
all
West
these
Coast offense.
I mean, I wouldn't say cooking. You saying cooking. He went from being a 2,000-yard receiver to a 3,000
in 1980
to a almost 4,000 yard. I'm sorry, a 2,000-yard quarterback to an almost 4,000-yard quarterback when Jerry showed up.
In 1980, Jerry got drafted in 85, right?
Jerry got drafted in 85.
In 1983, he threw for nearly 4,000 yards, 26 tuds, and 12 INTs. Who was that receiver? Because that's 4,000. We still ain't got 4,000 yards.
It's crazy.
right? So who was that receiver? like, who was this guy?
Which I don't care about anymore because I think Caleb is good, but that is interesting.
In 84, he threw 3,600 yards, 28 tuds, 10 INTs. Who was this person catching these 28 tuds? Because it wasn't Jerry.
San Francisco was good, bro. They was competing with Dallas.
No, we're not saying they weren't good.
I'm saying like
they were 10-6 in 1983.
My point is, Joe is like we say.
Joe was also elite without a
Jerry, star receiver.
Yeah.
So like in an era where we're talking about,
Jerry.
Now they weren't winning Super Bowls, but he was elite without Jerry.
If we're gonna make concessions for like INTs and stuff like that, then why was Joe so successful in 83?
Because he were at the West Coast. The West Coast is about timing and precision.
Yes.
And
the West Coast did change everything for him. Bill Walsh changed everything.
Bill Walsh changed football.
This conversation in the Wayback Machine. For real,
hey man, listen, we cooking right now. I'm
77,
I seriously want to know. Sometimes I think people be thinking like I'm just coming with a hot take. I really don't be
You
knowing.
could be coming with a hot take.
I really don't be knowing.
So
though. Who is this receiver though?
I know. I thought he was looking it up.
Looking it up now. Hold me. Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark was the number one.
Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark became
The touchdown. The
well,
guy.
no, he wasn't a tight end. He was a receiver. He became a tight end. Jerry Rice showed up.
He was like, yeah, you go over there.
Hey, thank you.
That's
Thank
right.
you for playing this game. That's contested.
Move along. That's funny.
Jesus, I looked up Dan.
Dwight Clark was a wide receiver his whole career.
I looked up Dan Marino. Never mind.
No, dude. It was
Dwight Clark was a wide receiver his whole career.
Bro, you throw for 48 tugs.
He
Your
got
second
1,100 yards in 1981.
in 1984, Dan Marino threw for 5,000
I
yards.
do feel like I remember Dwight Clark playing tight end though.
Yes, he played the tight end more. Maybe that's toward the end of his career.
No, I say wide receiver every year. 1979 to 1987, Dwight Clark was a wide receiver.
Because I remember him watching him in like 84 and 85, and to me he would play. To me, he was on the outside more, like in the. So it might have been a slot for him.
You know what irritates me a lot though? That Joel is in the chat talking when he could have pulled up on us because he wanted to put some TVs on the wall.
Hey,
Joe having a full conversation
Joe,
trying to go back
I need
and
you to
forth.
put this TV on the wall for me.
I don't believe. But hey, well, you don't know how to put a TV on your wall?
I'm not finna take
Well, you
the
better
chance.
find a stud in your house.
I'm not finna take the chance.
You don't even
Go to
you don't even
YouTube
need
and
the
DIY that
boy.
boy.
Come on,
You don't even need to
Bro,
find a
I
stud
give
no
you
more.
that bag of screws right there with the wall washers. You can put a TV up in your house.
hey,
Hey,
hold on a
Pat,
second.
that's why I
Bro,
work as hard as I do.
be a grown.
Somebody,
come on,
I am a grown
bro.
man. I got the money to pay somebody to put this TV
Come
up.
on,
That's what it's
bro.
gonna happen.
If you got the money to put the TV up, then where's my steak? And that's how we end the show.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to
It
do
is
for
time to go to Chicago.
TV.
the
Cut.
pettiest man alive.
It's time to go to
Mr.
Chicago.
P.
Cut. I'm
King.
waiting.
Of course, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC.
Goodbye.
And I don't like that. And
Not at all.
Mr. Drew Better, if you knew better, you knew better. Say who better?
Here we go.
Nobody, bro. It is your boy Panther Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.
Y'all know what's about to
Better
happen.
out. One love.
You know what's
See
about to
red.
happen. Go ahead, grab it.
Peace.
Oh my
We
God.
playing,
Hey, bro, we ain't played Nop in a
we
minute.
playing Monopoly.
30 years.
He leaving. He leaving.
I'm
He
gone.
not sticking
I'm
around.
gone.
He not sticking around.
I got things.
He got to go work out with his girl. You don't got things to do. You got to go work out with your
The
girl.
grocery store. I got to go to the
No,
gym.
you're not going to the grocery store at 8:45 at night. You're lying.
Jacket Van Till is open till 11.
You're lying, bro.
It's open till 11.
You're not going to
We
the
got
grocery
3 people. There's a board. I'm here. We playing.
You guys rock out. Shout out to the chat being lively. There's a couple of guys
I love
that
the
are
chat.
going nuts.
I love the chat.
Jaylen Brown will win the. Hey, listen.
Hey. I don't think they calling. Prepare yourselves, boys. I'm twitching every NFL game this year. I'm twitching every NFL game this year.
Here comes the money.
Y'all prepare yourselves too. Tap in. Pat the Designer TV on Twitch.